What's up, creators? I'm Ritam and welcome back to Creative Senpai. If you want to nail that eerie liminal space vibe, you are in the right space. To keep things fast paced and easy to follow, this is part 1 of a 4-part series where we are building the backrooms from scratch inside Blender. Today, we are tackling shot number 1, modeling, texturing, and lighting the classic infinite yellow hallway. Okay, so what I like to do first is create a reference board. This helps establish the mood, scale, and narrative of the shot early on. Guys, reference is king. Collect as many images as you can. To organize your references, the best software by far is PureF. It is absolutely free. You can find references from Pinterest or Google. It's so easy to find references nowadays. So without any further ado, let's go. Let's model the corridor first. I'll just take in a cube and scale it in. Now let's take a plane and scale that to maybe 5 times. Select the cube now, go to the modifiers tab and add in a mirror modifier. Select the plane as the mirror object. Now let's move it along the x-axis. Scale the cube and the plane so that it resembles somewhat of a corridor. For the ceiling, let's take a plane and in edit mode, let's subdivide it maybe around 3 to 4 times. Now duplicate it using Shift D and press onto Ctrl to snap it. Let's select everything with A and again let's duplicate that and holding onto Ctrl, I'll just snap it. Do this a bunch of times till you are satisfied. Now select all with A and hit M and merge by distance to merge the vertices together. Scale the ceiling and the corridor so that everything blends well. Let's also move this down a bit along the Z-axis. Now in edit mode, hit I to inset the faces. Also press E and extrude the faces along the normals. Select the roof now and let's add a material. To see what's going on, let's switch it to material preview. Change the base color to a light yellow. Let's now add material to the extruded metal part. I've just hit Ctrl I to flip the selection and let's assign a new material. Crank the metallic slider all the way up. Now it's time to add some lights. Select alternating faces like this, maybe even leave 1 or 2 gaps in between. Assign them a new material and let's call it lights. Increase the emission strength and also let's change this to rendered view. I'll just tinker it again. I will add the same material from the ceiling to the floor, so let's go to that yellowish material and I will copy it using Ctrl C and paste it by Ctrl V. Time to add our wall texture, so let's bring in an image texture node. I found this seamless texture on Reddit, link will be in the description. The wallpaper is now applied but it seems stretched, so let's fix that using Smart UV project. Let's now rotate the UV island and scale it till it's perfect. Also, I will change the strength of the emission again cause it's darker now. And let's change our color to sort of a yellow, slightly a saturated tone. Don't forget to close the opening of the corridor. So let's make an outermost wall using a plane. I'll just simply put it and scale it. It will be so further away from the camera, so nothing fancy. Again, let's copy our base color of our floor to our exterior wall. The wall texture still seems off, so let's add a hue saturation value node. And let's play with the hue and saturation values. Play with it until you are satisfied. For the floor, let's first copy our base color over here and bring in a noise texture. Also place a color ramp in between them and paste that yellow over here. Now increase the scale. I have put in a value of 900 and also roughness to 1. Play again with the saturation, hue and value because it's darker because of the noise texture. To make the scene brighter, let's also increase our emission strength. Now it all comes down to personal preferences. I changed the camera type to panoramic. Also in the panorama type, I chose fisheye equisolid. Now just change the lens and field of view values. Also in the camera, I'll change its size to 24mm. And let's drag our camera back a bit. Now to make it more creepy, let's turn off some lights. I'll deselect the faces from the front and the back. And let's assign a new material to it. This will disable those emission lights. If you want, you can turn off more lights. Just select another emission face and repeat the process. To make the wallpaper smaller, let's now again scale the UVs. The floor still seems dark, so let's raise our black values a bit and the color ramp. Now let's add some camera effects in the compositor. Also make sure in the viewport shading the compositor is set to always. This will enable us to see our changes in real time. Let's now add in a chromatic aberration node. It's actually when a lens fails to focus all wavelengths of light to the exact same point. It's an optical defect, resulting the light to bend into different wavelengths. To make it look more interesting, let's add some noise. Drag in the sensor noise node and click on animated. This will animate our noise. Now just adjust your luminance noise and chroma noise. It's finally time to animate the camera. So let's select the camera and go to timeline. And make sure you got this camera Shakify add-on installed. Now go to camera settings, scroll all the way down. You can find your camera Shakify add-on. Hit the plus and let's change the shake to walk to the store. Now just press K on your keyboard and add a location keyframe on your first frame and go to last frame. Move the camera forward along the y-axis and add another keyframe. Now it's all about timing your animation to make it look good. Play with the influence and the scale values of the camera. I've also changed the frame rate to 24 fps to make it more cinematic. It's time to add some flickering lights. So let's select those emissive light faces and let's add in a new material. I'll call it Flickering Lights. Delete the principal BSDF, go to lights, let's copy this and paste it here because it already contains the emissive color and strength. Let's now animate our emission strength. I'll just put in a keyframe anywhere on the timeline and then let's go one frame up by hitting the right arrow key. Change the strength to 0 and let's put in another keyframe. Now just add more keyframes and repeat the process. And tweak the values in the graph editor. Found this model on Sketchfab, I'll link it in the description. Now just import the model and then let's scale it, rotate it, and I'll just place it in the back of the hallway. If you learned something new, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. You already know the drill, right? And now I'll be seeing you on the next one for the second part. Until then, peace out.